Welcome to Know Your Money. I'm your host, Bronwyn Wayner. With me is Craig Finch, my business partner from Growth Financial Planning. Joining us today and every day is our sound engineer, Warren Grimsley. In our podcast, we will explore our relationship with money and how the psychology of it impacts our financial decisions, as everyone thinks about money differently. We will be presenting a variety of financial topics in an easy-to-understand way, which we hope will assist you in managing your money. Welcome to Know Your Money. Hello, Warren. Hello, Craig.
Hi, Bron. Hi, Warren. How are you guys doing?
Very well, and you? Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. So today is my kind of vibe episode. This is understanding the elements of money. So from what I've learned lately is that there's sort of three elements to money. So there's receiving money, keeping money, and growing money. Now, I feel that most people are not open in all of these areas. And it's money and relationships. Like, for example, you look at actresses or actors, and they've got bombs of money, but then they don't have a good relationship, or down the line, then they lose all of that. And it's understanding that your relationship with money is so dependent on your relationship with yourself and what you believe. Yeah.
I mean, a good example recently was Kanye West. Lost all of his sponsorship deals because of some of the comments he made. And, you know, he went from being one of the wealthiest people, probably the wealthiest person currently alive in the music industry, to now he's had to stop works on his house because he can't afford them anymore. It's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. And this is where it's so important to understand your mind and your relationship with yourself. And I don't know anything really that's going on, but what's happening with him and Kim? Are they divorced?
Oh, no, that's over. Yeah, that's done. Yeah.
So there is one of the prime things of what I wanted to say is when there's a shift in something, in a relationship, in a global pandemic, in anything, there's going to be a shift in your relationship with money as well. And if you can be aware of it, you can redirect it back to where it was or work on it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for me it does. I mean, if I look at pre-COVID versus post-COVID now, I'm much more grateful for the small things. You know, not being able to leave the house was hectic.
Yeah.
Being stuck there for like 2-3 months was hectic. So even the littlest things of being able to go to the gym now is awesome.
You see, and also when it comes to money, being able to leave the house now, so many people are blowing so much money because they couldn't then.
That's right.
That makes
People,
sense.
you were locked up, you didn't drive anywhere, you didn't go to restaurants, you had a lot more money in your account. Now, suddenly you're out and about and petrol's gone up, you're going out eating a lot. So you got to go back to your value system as well, and you're back to your buckets and make sure those buckets are disciplined and you keep looking at them every day.
Yeah, and also being able to be disciplined takes work in understanding who you are and all of that. So,
sorry, I was going to say, it's not just for me, not just discipline, right? Because if I look at me before and after COVID, I was never massively frugal with my money. Frugal is like when you spend a lot, right? It's the opposite.
The opposite, yeah.
I said something dumb. Okay, no, I was not very out there with my money beforehand, but I had no problem spending it on going for dinner and stuff like that. And the reason I think I've become more frugal now is not to do with the fact that I'm worried about money. It's just that I'm happy with simpler life, simpler things. So I don't require to spend the money.
You see, but also you could be happier with simpler things because you found happiness in your marriage.
Yeah, she'll want to hear that for sure.
No, but exactly that,
I'm joking, yeah.
So she brings such a huge element of happiness that you don't need to be going out and spending money and doing those things. And your wife might be wanting to change her relationship with money because you guys are potentially looking at moving into a different house or a different element of your marriage and your relationship. So it's just understanding that every single little thing changes those dynamics. So a lot of people who have gone through divorce, for example, they will see that they either are spending too much or the opposite of that, or now all of a sudden they feel that they are confident and they can go start a new business and they start receiving more money. That's because something your perspective of something has changed. And I think what I wanted to kind of say in this episode is just to understand that there is receiving, keeping, and growing money. So receiving is believing that you deserve to charge as much as you want to for your work, or you are finding work that you do want to do, or you're in a job that is value for you. Like some people don't ever go put their CV out because they're blocking how much they deserve to receive. And the second sort of element is keeping money. So I know a lot of people just kind of spend everything so that they can keep themselves in whatever it is. So for example, if you were little and you were poor and your family's poor and that's in your head, then you might keep spending so you keep yourself there.
It's interesting you say about the receiving because, you know, watching YouTube late at night and stuff, I mean, one of the videos that came up was the millionaire mindset. And it was a guy basically saying that the only reason you're not a millionaire is because you don't believe you're worth it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And honestly, my mindset has changed so much, but it's not in one thing. It's a combination of things. It's a combination in belief. It's a combination in who you surround yourself with, what environment you're in. Do you feel safe that you can be who you are and what you're supposed to do?
Understanding yourself better as well, hey? Learning about yourself.
Yes.
and being able to affect yourself. So changing your mindset, changing who you always thought you were.
Yes.
And not listening to the outside noise coming in as well. That's very... Today, of course, with all the social media, you get so much of the outside stuff coming in and might influence you. You got to filter that out.
Yeah, like comparing yourself to people, hey?
Exactly. Yeah, it definitely. And whatever you are putting out there, you're going to keep seeing that because the algorithms are going to keep sending you that. So like, for example, if I believe that I have crappy hair, they're going to send me a million people with the most amazing hair and I'm going to be like, oh my word, how do they do it?
So you just have to search one time on Google, how do I do my hair better?
Exactly. And that will come up and affect you, you know. So I think that's a big thing, is just make sure what you're doing and following, and believe that you are allowed to let your money grow as well.
And it's nice how this sort of ties into a previous episode called Self-Talk.
Yes.
Where it's not just about, that one was about how you talk to yourself with regards to money, but just how you talk to yourself. You know,
absolutely.
You become what you believe.
Yes, 100%. And who you're around and what you're around also
Yeah.
changes so much. Like, you know, and also now, for example, now you've got a puppy that you're looking after of your kids, you know, the next is all of these things change and your money will shift. One day you might have grandchildren and those shifts are then going to go towards them, and you're going to start thinking about what to leave them. So every little thing that happens in your life shifts your perspective with money, and you need to be aware of that and check it.
Absolutely.
Anything to add, Craig? No.
All
Awesome.
good, thank you. I think you guys covered it all.
Awesome
good.
stuff.
So the elements, I like that, the elements of money.
Yes, definitely take home checking yourself and where you feel with
Be
those.
careful what you listen to and read.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, cheers.
Have a good day. Cheers. Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe or visit our website, www.growthfp.co.za. The information we have provided in this podcast is our personal opinion. For more detailed information, please discuss your financial situation with a financial planner.